Yo, what is up, everyone? It's Snuffy slash Team Fatent Hub slash whatever the heck you want to call me at this point. And I haven't posted in like 2 months, so I figured I might as well just put out a video and just ramble about random stuff that's happened in the Nitro community recently. So, starting out by talking about the season that came out a few weeks ago. Uh, Definitely do not like it. The fact that they've recycled 8 items from past seasons and stuff is a bit outrageous, and we got one new car and you literally just have to be golden login, so you don't have to do anything for it. And the only other thing that a few people even slightly happy about is the final car, just because not everybody was around when it was last in the shop or just didn't buy it. So that's the only thing that a few people are getting out of it, but I already have all 8 re-release things. And also the fact that it takes them until like level 11 or 12 for the first car, besides the bonus tier, that's just a bit much. I definitely don't like how the first reward you get from racing is a re-released sticker of all things. Now, I was around back when the tier 2 reward was always a title and it took like 12 races. So I guess a sticker is a slight improvement, but it should be a new sticker, not one that was released 2 years ago in a different season that I already got. And, they released multiple items that hadn't been re released yet, and so I didn't have them. But they also put things like that one Halloween train that's been in the shop multiple times. It was in there for like the entire month of October in 2021, and it's been in the shop again since, which is how I got it. And it's kind of stupid because most people that get that, unless they just recently started playing, most people that get to that already have it. So, the only thing worth racing for is just to finish it, really, to get that name tag, to get the Nitro that they put in there, to get like the one new trail and the titles, just to have them, even though I'm never going to use them because, of course, I use the record keeper title. So, yeah, I would give this season, I'd give it a D or a D minus. I'm not gonna fully give it an F just because of the fact that it could have been worse. They could have used only recycled items. I mean, that would be a true F tier season, and as if they just made nothing. And that would the only excuse they would ever have for that is if they were gonna make the most loaded X Max season ever and hopefully not re-release all of it, which I do have some theories about why this season is so low effort, and that is one of them. That they're putting more. That they're the next season better be good. That's all I'm saying. We already know it's going to be X Max 2023. It's been an event since event and season since like 2011, 2012. So it's they got to keep that tradition. Now I think they're going to have to put a lot of effort into that, and that might be part of it. Another theory I had was we might finally get Nitro Math out of beta because it's been a while since it came out of gold member only, and it's been playable in beta for over a year now. I remember when it was first being leaked, it's like, oh, first gameplay, this is so cool. That was a while ago, so you're like, oh, maybe they're finally getting close. But I mean, if you look at the Nitromath test site page on the fandom, the Nitro Wiki, you'll see that there's still multiple unpatched bugs. So hopefully they're working on that a bit, and that let's just hope they're trying to get it out of beta. Is all I'm saying. So yeah, that's my little overview about that season. Um, I did hit 17K, I believe it was at the end of last season. So I'll eventually get to 20,000 races. I'm just moving at a very slow rate. I'm at like 17.1K right now, so I'm very slowly getting there. I have less than 3,000 to go. There was a post on the Nitro Wiki recently where Overcomer Solving was talking about the title rarities and how, like, what do we think of that? Because I logged into the game the other night and I went to the shop and there was actually a title in it that is not uncommon. Now before that we had like maybe a few super rare titles that only like one or two people had that had other rarities, but around I believe it was the page either said October 4th or October 6th that they changed it to an epic title, and then a few nights ago Nitro Rich released in the shop for, again, the $500,000 for a title, and they made it epic. Now, I think I understand that. The whole point of that title is to be like, oh, you're actually going to spend $500,000 on a title, might as well show off that you have money, and that's definitely Definitely works if you're someone that is newer to the game or just literally doesn't have much money, but you want to make it look like you do. I don't know. But Overcomer was talking about, like, what other titles do you think should be changed? And now everybody took to the comments. We had things such as Bug Smasher, Record Keeper, uh, all the titles that are for some reason uncommon but shouldn't be. And just a few hours ago, he responded and said that he actually reached out to Austin Butler. I don't know if he meant Adrian, but he said Austin, and said that he talked about it, and then he would say he was reaching out to Adrian, so either he mixed it up or he really did just get in contact with Austin himself. But he did say he reached out to the admins and that it's going to get passed along the chain, and they're going to be changing some rarities soon. So I think that's a much needed thing, because it is pretty boring that we have like all uncommons. I have hundreds of uncommon titles and just that one epic. So a title that I spent $500,000 on has more value in its rarity than a title that I had to work my way up to staff on the Nitro wiki has. And I feel like if they don't, I don't think they're gonna. The problem is, I don't think they're gonna make all these super exclusive titles legendary, but they could. I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this, but the title legendary is legendary rarity. But the thing is, they would have to make these exclusive titles legendary, because otherwise they would be the same rarity as Nitro Rich, which literally any user with $500,000 or more can buy whenever it's in the shop. And these other titles, like Bug Smasher, you gotta report these critical bugs. Record Keeper is getting staff on the Nitro Wiki. I can't think of the other ones for some reason, but there are other ones. There's multiple other titles. Verified YouTuber, which was apparently discontinued. But I think there's a few people that they said they would still give it to, like Overcomer, Darkest707. They've been working. We all know Darkest707 has worked hard to be where he is, and he really wants that if he gets there. So I definitely think those should be changed. So hopefully we're going to see a bit of an update with the titles soon. Moving on, within the community, we've seen. I have not actually been following Nitro Type YouTube as much as I should, being a Nitro Type YouTuber myself. But I know Isaac's still around. He's still doing his streams, of course. About a month or two ago, Ace Typer came back, which was really cool. Me and some other people were kind of advocating in his server, you need to make some sort of video. And he's like, oh, I'm almost at 10,000 wins, and maybe I'll do that. So he did at least make a short little video, because he did, in fact, hit 10,000 wins on Nitro Type, which is pretty cool. Some other YouTubers that are coming back, Jonah Marks, he took a while off. He posted a gold giveaway the other night, and then last night he was actually streaming, so I was there for that. With his chaotic background noise, and because he's the oldest of 8, and he's 15, so he's got a lot of siblings. So that's about all I know with Nitro Type YouTube, and I know Internet Typer is actually just Yellow Typer. So I don't know when that happened, but I was watching the Internet Typer channel, and it was literally Yellow Typer, and I found that he made another video on custom cars, and of course, more than half of them I think were mine, and he did not exactly pick out my favorite ones. On the subject of giveaways now, I owe you guys a lot of money. At this point, I'm like in debt. I still owe like a 1.2 million giveaway that I said I posted it like 8 months ago, and then I never gave that away. But it didn't help that like half the responses in the Google forms were like my teammates trying to get in contact with me, or they were just incorrectly filled out. And then I have that other one when I posted a short like, if this gets 100 views, I'll do a 5 million giveaway. It did break 100 views. Last I saw it was like at 110. So I owe like 6.2 million at least in giveaways. So there's that. I did get into a little, like a week or two of time where I was just posting on my NASCAR channel a lot, and I was trying to go the shorts route, and I pulled a few thousand views off of that or so, and then I just kind of forgot and got off my shorts schedule there. So I really haven't posted on that channel at all either. I tried shorts out in here too. I posted some videos of cats, and that got a few hundred views. But it's been like 2 months since I posted the last video I posted. Coincidentally, I was also talking about Overcomer solving in there, and the thing with the stock cars, which I would really love to see. We've only got, what, I think we're down to only 3 races left in the NASCAR Cup Series season already. So 33 out of 36 races done, and I think they could easily fit the stock cars in as a shop with the championship race coming up in November. So the only problem is they made those cars based off the 2021 drivers and who was in the playoffs. It doesn't fully match up now, but I do think most of the cars that they made still fit, except the one based off Kyle Busch, considering there was the whole M&M's sponsorship fiasco last year. He's no longer with Joe Gibbs Racing, and M&M's is no longer in NASCAR. So the K Osborne 21, I believe it's called, is now a little outdated. And Kyle Busch got eliminated from the playoffs at this point. But other than that, they could still work it in. Truex is still in the playoffs. Hamlin's in. Chase Elliott didn't even make it this year, but Chase Elliott's the most popular driver. So, there's going to be some kids and some older players too that probably know who he is and are going to buy the car. Now, the problem with my giveaways that I mentioned a minute ago, if they did bring the stock cars back, or not back, all of them but one have never been released. They did put the stock cars in the shop. I believe they're all listed like $5 million a piece. So I'd run my bank account dry there. And then I'd just be in more debt to you guys. So, yeah, there's that. I really hope they can work that in, because we've got Miami, Martinsville, and then Phoenix, and that's it for the NASCAR season. It went by really fast. And then there's also, they should do some, I feel like they should do something with F1 as well. We got the one F1 car. F1's still going. They're going to Las Vegas soon as well, where NASCAR was this past weekend. So I think they could definitely work in that, because we do have international player base with the Nitro. We've got people in Europe and other countries over there, and then we've also got a big U.S. and Canada player base. So countries familiar enough with F1, they could definitely work something in there for the F1 championship race. Really, they could do that with all major motorsports. We definitely need some more updated motorcycles. We could use some GT cars or something like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, which is what this video is, because I had people asking for uploads, and now you get to hear my opinions on a lot of things, because I haven't talked to you guys on the channel in months. About the Nitro Radio Network, I shouldn't be posting this video until after I've dropped the first ever Average Alley Moments, which is going to be a banger, hopefully. I don't know how happy she's going to be with me about that. I might also be dropping some story time with Snuffy stuff on there soon, because a lot of crazy stuff has been happening in my life recently. But I think that's enough. I think I've covered the only things that have really happened in the community lately at this point. I definitely probably forgot some Nitro-type YouTubers when I was talking about, I mentioned Overcomer Solving multiple times, but I didn't really mention his presence on YouTube. I haven't watched him very much recently, but it looks like he's still getting about the same amount of views, which is good. Dumb Dave is not getting as many views as I think he needs. You guys should all go subscribe to him too. He's a friend of the channel and one of the co-founders of the Nitro Entertainment Network, which owns the Nitro Radio Network. So yeah, go subscribe to him. Go subscribe to all the other guys that I mentioned in this video. And yeah, this has been a nice 14-minute ramble that you hopefully could just have listened to in the background to whatever you're doing. Yeah, until next time, Snuffy out.